While Thomas the Tank Engine is one of those shows filled with its kid-friendly episodes and moments, it doesn't exclude any intense, dark or scary episodes and characters. The show has its many villains, and I mean many evil villains out there in the show. Some would regard Diesel 10 to be the biggest one, or Hurricane, or even Diesel himself introduced in Season 2. But I'm here to tell you there are a huge group of pesky villains which I see as the biggest villains in Thomas the Tank Engine, and even the Railway series. Ladies and gentlemen, the Troublesome Trucks. Okay, that's enough. You can stop laughing now. Did you hear me? Hello? Hey, I told you to stop laughing. Will you cut it out?
On, they cried.
Oh, no. Don't you dare start that again. Oh, no. Watch out! Not again! You silly trucks! In my opinion, the Troublesome Trucks are the biggest villains in the entire show and the Railway series. Despite the trucks being an essential thing to help transport goods and other stuff from one place to another, 9 times out of 10, you probably wouldn't have a very fun time pushing or pulling them places. Not only are the trucks just the villains of the show, but they're also just silly and noisy. They talk a lot and don't attend to what they are doing, and I'm sorry to say they play tricks on an engine who is not used to them. Ah, you remember that quote from Season 1, don't you now? Yep, I know that. But seriously though, it is a genuine fact. If the trucks are being transported by an engine who isn't used to them or aren't smart enough to know what the trucks are like, as well as them not being careful, they will gladly take the opportunity to misbehave and cause runaways and accidents. Hey, even if they are coupled up to someone who is used to them and take care, there is still the chance they will cause accidents. And oh boy, do they take huge pride in doing that.
The trucks didn't care. They were feeling very pleased with themselves.
Trust me, the biggest danger about the trucks when it comes to them causing accidents is that they can literally strike at any point. From the minute an engine is coupled up to them, or halfway through a journey where they could suddenly turn on and cause a runaway by simply pushing the train until it becomes out of control. They can also be incredibly possessive and demanding at times due to them only wanting to be moved at certain times and only be pulled and pushed by certain engines.
They were comfortable and didn't want to move. What right has he to poke his funnel in here? They grumbled. We want Duck, or Donald, or Douglas.
This is Toby's place. Percy's got no right to poke his funnel up here and push us around. They whispered and passed the word. Pay Percy out! Pay Percy out! Oh, said the trucks. We want a proper engine, not a red monster. James took no notice and started as soon as the guard was ready. Come along, he puffed. We won't, screamed the trucks.
However, if they are moved by a certain engine they don't want, they can get pretty troublesome.
Oliver felt them push forward. His driver applied the brakes, but they were useless against the surging trucks. On!
On, they cried. The trucks tried hard to make him give up, but he still kept on. Sometimes their brakes would slip on, and sometimes their axles would run hot, and each time the trouble had to be put right. Give up, you can't pull us, you can't, called the trucks.
Oh, do you remember when I said that trucks are silly and noisy? Yeah, they aren't that polite, you know. They haven't got the greatest of manners. If there was an insulting competition and the trucks ended up participating, they would definitely win first prize. Come on. Like, I would be shocked if they were to not win with the crazy insults they've got at the back of their buffers.
Your colour's nice, James. Pity about your face, though, said a truck.
The trucks can sometimes also sing songs as a way of making fun of other engines. Do they think they're becoming pop stars of the now?
Trucks are waiting in the yard, tackling them with easel. Show the world what I can do, gaily boasts the diesel. In and out he creeps about like a big black weasel. When he pulls the wrong trucks out, pop goes the diesel.
Oliver's no use at all, thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever. When the yard is on straps, with the grates is falling, we just push him down the well. Pop goes on dolly.
If the trucks are being troublesome and are not doing what they are told, the engines usually bump them as a way of disciplining them and getting them to behave. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work, and the trucks will just strike again. Meaning that you will never always be guaranteed to have a good time pulling or pushing these trucks. And compare the trucks to other villains on Sodor. There isn't one truck, not 10 trucks, not 100, but thousands of these trucks all over Sodor. Now that is much more dangerous than, let's say, Diesel 10 or Hurricane or whatever villain. And what makes matters even worse is no matter how much trouble they cause, they never get punished for it. But when the engines cause trouble by doing something which is nowhere near as severe as what the trucks do, they get punished. And while we're on the subject of trucks never getting punished, the Fat Controller seriously needs to give his head a wobble, and instead of reprimanding engines for what trucks cause, which is entirely out of the engine's control, and do something to punish the trucks. I'm sorry, yeah, but this guy is just sometimes unlikable in the classic series. I just can't defend him.
You've got a lot to learn about trucks then, little Thomas. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know almost as much about them as Edward. Then you'll be a really useful engine.
That final line he said, then you'll be a really useful engine. So he's not useful, is he? So you're telling me, despite him coming all this way to bring trucks to the station and hearing this line in the first episode...
Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does.
Not saying he works the hardest, but you get the point. Clearly indicating that he works by shunting coaches in the yard at the time as he was a station pilot. But because he doesn't know about trucks, he's not useful, is he? What the hell?
You can stay there till we are ready. Perhaps it will teach you to be careful with trucks.
Perhaps this will teach you to be careful with trucks, eh? Why are you telling Percy off? He didn't even do anything wrong. He wasn't even being careless. He was just getting on with the job. He was just pulling the trucks. It's not like he was rude to them. He was just pulling them along the line to the destination. He whistled to the guard in the brake van to apply the brakes when they came across this sign. And when the trucks did begin the runaway, after Percy was unable to be switched onto the runaway siding, he did try to stop. He tried to grip the rails even though the trucks were pushing and pushing. And I know some people in the comment section will try and defend the Fat Controller and say he has every right to be crossed because now the branch line is in an awkward predicament. That's right, they are in a very big predicament now, and he has the right to be frustrated over it. But that doesn't mean he should be mad at Percy. Percy's not the one to blame for the accident. If you want to blame someone, blame these guys. They're the ones that caused it. No wonder the trucks never learn, considering that the Fat Controller never tells them off. That just makes it even more crazy. No matter how much trouble the trucks cause, they don't get done for it. Not only that, but the engines need to start standing up for themselves against the Fat Controller and stop letting him get away with this, because it's truly out of line. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just about it in today's video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And in conclusion, the trucks are the biggest villain in Thomas and the Railway series. And I'll catch you in the next one. Now, considering that it's summer and the temperature is rocketing up like mad, I'm gonna go outside and sunbathe now. See ya!